You're listening to a podcast from Dublin's Talking. Downloaded from sunshineradio.ie.
New rules in the UK mean doctors are assessed every 5 years and indeed to have their licences renewed. And let me talk to somebody who might be able to enlighten us on this. Is Dr. Patrick Tracy is on the line to us. Hello, how are you?
Chris, how are you? Good evening.
Good evening, and sorry for keeping you there, but
you're okay.
It's sort of like if we, myself and a lot of my colleagues here to have a little, could go over to the UK and have a Botox party and inject God knows what, and we possibly wouldn't have a clue what we're doing, would we?
I know that. I thought, sorry, Chris, the reason I was on this evening was to discuss the new validation procedures from the General Medical Council.
Yeah, that's part. This is part,
and how they differ in the UK and Ireland.
Yep, this is part of it as well. I mean, in the UK, it has to be said, I wonder how Ireland would fare on this. This is the.
Well, I suppose there is a new doctor assessment revalidation scheme that was introduced in December by the General Medical Council for all of the nearly 250,000 doctors in the UK. And in the papers today, there are some items regarding the difference between it and Ireland. Now, Ireland is a very sensible procedure that is in place where doctors have to fill, I suppose, the professional competence on an annual basis. But there's a thing coming in the UK where they're going to do it in terms of an assessment, but also a revalidation every 5 years. There's a lot of sort of people up in arms about it in the UK. I have to get revalidated in the UK myself, and I must say that it is a very unpopular process of validation, and in very many ways people see it as the GMC trying to protect themselves because they let shipman, I suppose, slip through the roots.
True.
And as a consequence, people aren't sure, that's doctors, whether actually the new revalidation process is anything more than the GMC just trying to be interested in promoting their image rather than protecting, as they would want to, the health and safety of the public by ensuring proper safety and standard of medicine. Most people think the shipman probably would still slip through the UK. I suppose, Chris, it's very much nanny state. It's doctors have to write down reflections on their activities. They complete things called learning activities. They have to write down their achievement, challenges and aspirations. It's very much a socialised medicine. I'm not sure if it would work in a proper health system. And when I say proper health system, for instance, if I was to turn around, and I don't particularly like socialised medicine for many reasons. Now, I don't mind patients having a fair play of getting medicine on an equal basis, which is a totally different thing than saying that every doctor is the same, because every doctor isn't the same.
True.
And if you sort of give every doctor the same wage, all you're doing is rewarding the stupidest and the laziness and penalising the people that everybody wants to go to who are better. Now, with this new UK thing, for instance, I have to go to my fellow competitors, let's say, and discuss with them my achievements, my challenges, my aspirations, and say what new things I'm going to bring into the marketplace, for instance. It just wouldn't work in private medicine.
Because
you have to sit down with designated bodies, and the designated bodies have to be associated with what you do. For instance, we practice cosmetic medicine, so my DO would be the British College of Aesthetic Medicine. And I have to go and I would with people and talk about my aspirations, what I would like to do in the future. And then we would sit down on a personal development plan for me in terms of my business, maturation, and then discuss it with other people and come back and discuss it. In many ways, it's a nanny state gone mad.
They're really overcompensating here, aren't they?
Oh, I think that most doctors in Britain, unfortunately, because they're paid by the government, probably will shout for a while and just put up with it. But there's no doubt about it that in many ways doctors have more to do with their lives. Now, there's certainly a difference between competent professional practice and revalidation. And revalidation is in many countries, including Ireland, where you have to attend certain meetings, you get CME points, you upload them onto a website, you give lectures, you write we'll say different peer-reviewed journal things, you get rewarded for that. And that's the way medicine always has been. It has never been sort of treating, I suppose, doctors like school children, where you have to come and talk to other doctors about what your professional, personal development plan in life is. There are some good things in it. I'm not saying that everything's bad. For instance, you review complaints that have been made against you, even medical cases that have been taken against you. I see nothing wrong with that. That has been running for a long time in the United States. We call it mea culpa. You stand up at different lectures and conferences that you actually discuss not only your achievements, but, where you went wrong as well. But in this process, you have to get feedback from your patients, for instance, and all your colleagues. So you've got to get about 25 colleagues.
I bet that goes down a storm, does it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
I have one sitting in front of me, and it's 26 pages long.
All right. Okay. Listen. All right. Thank you indeed.